Alright, hey folks, for all you vintage electronics people, picked this up the other day at an estate sale. They bought it new and said it didn't really function correctly, and it was put back in the box and left in their basement for years. So I picked it up. Yeah, it had a little problem. I thought I had it fixed, but it didn't fix it. I'll explain that here in a second. This is a Panasonic, probably mid-late 70s Panasonic cassette recorder. It's the model RQ-2107, I believe. Not a bad recorder. Got a volume control, tone control, and a microphone jack, earphone jack, and a place for an adapter. It didn't come with the adapter, but that's no big deal. I don't know why that was out of the box. It should have come with it. Most of these did, but the problem with it was it records and it plays, but it acts like it has really bad, dirty play record switch. And I've cleaned it multiple times. I took this tape recorder apart multiple times and cleaned the darn control. Soaked it, and you know, wiggled it back and forth, jiggled it. Checked on solder joints. Everything is checking out perfect, but it's still doing the same thing. You go to record, you push stop, and you push play. You either have no sound or a loud squeal, or the volume is full blast and the volume control does nothing. And if you play with the record switch a little bit, it goes back to normal. Or it'll static and the sound will get loud, or go back to normal, or it'll cut out. Just like it would if the record play switch was dirty. And it plays good, it sounds good. So I'm not going to play it long because of copyright. I don't even know what's on this tape, but it plays good. So I'm going to take the screws off real quick. We'll take a look at it. I'm thinking there's something else going on. Let's check it out. Alright, well, here it is apart. I just pulled the back off of it, got the screws there and whatnot. It looks good, I mean, yeah, but all my solder connections are everything is good. I mean, I went through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. That's the record play switch. I guess it would help take that screw, and we'll pull the circuit board up for a minute. But first thing I want to kind of double check is that when you push the record play switch, is that button, has that little bar in there, actually pressing the switch fully, and is it releasing all the way? And yeah, you can see it. See it in there? Okay, so when I press record, it's going up. The problem is, yeah, it's releasing. See that? Okay. That was one thing I wanted to check. But I need to make sure that gap is right. If that gap is not right, though, is it recording? It is recording, but the thing is, you know, when it releasing, is it pushing it all the way? Is it getting stuck? I don't know. We're going to have to check that out. Let's pop this off. Okay, here we are, guys. Yeah, it's not a capacitor problem. It's the switch. Like I said, if you mess with the record play switch, or you mess with the record switch, it'll play normal. And then every time you record, it does record. It's recorded everything I've done with both microphones. I plugged I plugged one into the jack, and I used the internal microphone. It's working great. But when you go to play it back, you have to continuously fool with the record button to make it work. It'll either play real loud, no volume, the volume control won't even work. It's full volume. The tone, nothing works. Or you get a loud squeal, like if you had a bad capacitor, or a lot of static, or no sound at all. And you play with the switch, and it works normally. So it's this switch. So I'm hoping that switch is not defective. But if it is, I can probably round up one. But, I mean, I've cleaned this thing and cleaned it and cleaned it and cleaned it. So, they said when they bought this new, they lost the receipt and was going to take it back to the store, and they didn't because they couldn't find the receipt. So they just put it back in the box and threw it in the basement for the last 35 or 40 years. So, something was defective from the factory. It's kind of rare for Panasonic, but not unheard of. The switch, I mean, it's doing its job. I just don't know why. Yeah, why it be doing that? I don't know. I'm going to look into it a little more. I mean, if it doesn't straighten up, or if I can't correct it, I'm going to have to replace the record play switch. It's the only other thing to do, to try to find another one. There's your ICs. You can see there's no transistors, or these are the transistors. That's your audio output, and there's probably the preamp for the record. And your bias transistors are probably in there. There's a couple of diodes there. There's another one back here. So, I mean, it's well made. This was when they were still making them pretty good, guys. So, I'm going to look into this more, and maybe we'll do a part 2 video, figure out what's going on with it. So, there you go, guys. The 1970s Panasonic cassette recorder. Thanks for watching.